For some people, Loma Linda is a second home, especially to those who have been coming here for their entire lives. This touching story takes place at our East Campus in our Rehabilitation Institute. Ashlee is a 9-year-old girl who loves Barney, swimming, and her big sister.
Plug your nose, Ashlee, plug your nose!
But life for Ashlee is different from most children. Before Ashlee was born, she suffered a massive in-uterine stroke, which left her with right-side hemiplegia, a condition where there is significant weakness in one vertical half of her body. At first, Ashlee's parents were told that she would never walk or talk. But with multiple therapies from Loma Linda University Children's Hospital, coupled with good parenting, Ashlee's future is just as bright as her smile.
Ashlee was born 9 years ago. 10 fingers, 10 toes, as they all say. We thought she was perfect and not a care in the world, and she came home and we were fine. Grumpy baby, cried a lot, didn't like a lot of things, so we just were told she had colic and try this, try that, rock her this way, hold her this way. And it wasn't till she was 6 months old that she started having a sign of what we thought was a seizure.
We look back on videotapes at Christmas and things like that, we can see the seizures. Her eyes basically go up and to the left, and her upper arms would kind of clench, and it would last very briefly. And it was so funny because she was taking a nap one day, and I saw it when I was changing her diaper, and I was like, I was going to tell Lori about it, but it was so small and not a big deal, I forgot about it. And then the next day at the babysitter, she saw the same thing, and Lori went over there, we picked her up, and I came home from work, and we went to the neurologist, and he basically said, hey, you're going across the street to Loma Linda, you're not going home, you're going straight across the street, she's being admitted. And we were there for, what, 6, 7 days? And we were like, what's going on? We had no idea, so it was kind of shock. And then when the doctor came in and gave us the diagnosis, I mean, that was another devastation, and we had no idea what to expect or what to do.
Ashlee is a 9-year-old girl who has had seizures from very early childhood. And as a result of that, she has had significant problems with her cognition, intellectual capabilities, and her motor skills. The seizures have been so frequent that they have really caused a lot of difficulty with her development.
Basically told us, there's a possibility she would never walk or talk. Not really amount to a whole lot. Kind of collapsed our world with a 6-month-old baby and being told she would never function. My worst fears was she was, possibly going to just have epilepsy. I knew so little about it, so I was just more concerned, oh, she'll never drive a car. And never thought we would be in the situation we're in.
Therapy is important for any child who has cerebral palsy. What happens in cerebral palsy is there has been injury either specifically or diffusely to the brain, and the idea of the therapy is to try and help the brain retrain itself and use the areas that are intact and working properly, so that then what she would be able to do would be as like a normal child.
So what we're going to do with Ashlee is we're going to work on her walking. So we want to see if we can get it to be a little more symmetrical. So right now she doesn't have as much weight on her right foot. So we're going to use our partial weight bearing system, and we're going to unweight her a little bit and see if we can facilitate some more normalized walking. And then just go ahead and hold that button in while it beeps twice, and we'll start. There you go. And then we're going to facilitate the walking pattern that we're hoping for, a long heel-toe stride.
She progressed really well. We just did a lot of, did everything the doctors told us, worked with everyone, went above and beyond, worked a lot with her ourselves, and she's been doing great ever since. Walking and talking now. Yeah, so it's a rough road. It's not easy. There's a lot of ups and downs and sad moments and happy moments, and it's challenging. It will always be challenging, but what's life without challenge?
When you wake up in the morning and you go in there to see Ashlee, the kid is never has a frown on her face. She's always happy, smiling, excited.
Very seldom cries.
Very seldom cries. and she's just, she brings joy to everybody. It's probably brought us closer as a family as far as everybody, because between us, she's staying at home now. She has been for the last 3.5 years, something like that, 3 years. So she's involved in handling stuff with appointments and everything else. If I can go, I'll go. If it doesn't interfere with work. As far as her big sister, it's made her more responsible, and she helps out, takes care of her.
Oh man, her big sister, very good girl.
I try to play with her. I put on Barney for her. I get her a drink, or I get her a snack if she's hungry. And I do that stuff, just help her.
I think she's patient with her, is what is good, and we've just taught her the patience, and that she has to have the understanding that Ashley's going to be a little different, and Ashley's going to have a little more attention and get have a little more of our time, for certain things, and she just has that understanding. And
something that I like the most about Ashlee is that she's a good sister, and she's just fun to play with. Whenever I play with her, we play with Mr. Potato Heads, and I make a funny face, and then she takes the things off and makes a different funny face, and it's just fun to play with her.
But there are times, it's not always perfect times. Ashlee can be a little feisty too, and so can Amanda, just like children, and we just deal with it. But yeah, she's a wonderful one. We couldn't have asked for anything better. We're very, very blessed.
She thinks ahead of what's next, what's down the road. Is she going to drive? And I'd say we just take one day at a time, and what happens happens. And as far as I'm concerned, and she is now, is Ashlee's going to be with us the rest of her life, and she's just going to be our big little kid that we're going to be taking care of for the rest of our lives. So, I mean, that's.
She just goes with us. It's kind of nice. It's nice when you have a 9-year-old still climb up on your lap and fall asleep on you and bundle and hug and
rock to sleep.
Yeah, so we wouldn't trade her for anything. And it's really hard. It's hard because now I do see more special needs. When I see special needs, I just want to take them all home. I always tell them, I just want to bring them all home. I just want to have them with me. And this is her 24 hours a day. So she is very much a joy.
So this is Ashlee's story. It's about a child beating the odds, but also a story of a family's love for a little girl who they wouldn't trade, not for the world.